Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Time Out with Yomi Martins. This is your main guy Yomi Martins once again from the city of Lagos, Nigeria. Today we dive into a hot button issue that's shaking up Nigeria's financial landscape. If you have ever used a POS terminal or struggled with cash shortages at banks, then this story is meant for you. You can't afford to miss it. The Central Bank of Nigeria, or CBN, has dropped a new bombshell directive, a daily transaction limit of 100,000 naira for POS cash out services. Yes, you heard me right. 100,000 naira for POS cash services. That's the payout limit. This policy, announced just yesterday being the 17th of December 2024, is part of CBN's push to enhance Nigeria's cashless economy while cracking down on fraud in the agent banking sector. We're going to look at that a little bit deeper pretty soon. But what does this mean for you and I? And why are commercial banks allegedly turning POS terminals into cash selling ventures? Now, let's unpack this together. Here are the new rules every POS operator and customer must adhere to. Number one, POS agents can only allow you to withdraw 100,000 naira per day. 2, each agent is capped at 1.2 million naira in total daily transactions. Number 3, customers have a weekly withdrawal limit of 500,000. That means if you have withdrawn, let's say 100,000 on Monday and another 100,000 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can't withdraw again on Saturday and Sunday. You have obviously exhausted your limits. And there is more. POS agents must use designated float accounts for all transactions and report their activities electronically to the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. Non-compliance, heavy fines and sanctions from the CBN. While these rules aim to clean up the financial system, there are major ripple effects. For instance, small business owners and rural communities that rely heavily on cash transactions might feel the pinch. And it's the festive season, mind you. Talk about bad timing. Anyway, let's look at actually the purpose of agency banking in the first place. Agency banking was actually initiated to be able to reach the underbanked population, especially those in the rural areas that do not have easy access to the financial system and the financial institutions in the urban areas. But things have taken a very, very deep twist over time because, well, they've been using agency banking more or less to sell cash. Opinions are divided. On one hand, some applaud the CBN for enforcing accountability. On the other hand, many are questioning the role of commercial banks themselves. Are they actually doing the right thing? According to political activist Usman Okai, banks are allegedly diverting cash to POS operators, turning the terminals into mini ATMs at a premium cost to the people. When you go to your regular POS operator on your street, for instance, an average of 200 naira is charged for every 5,000 or 10,000 naira you withdraw. Meanwhile, that is not the case if you go to the ATM machine at the bank. But do you know what? Let me bust your bubble. When you go to the ATM machine at the banks, More often than not, the cash is not there for you, it's not available for you to withdraw. So you end up resorting to going back to the POS operators in the first place. Now let's go back to Okai, Usman Okai. Okai isn't alone in this accusation. He claims the banks could solve the cash crisis if they actually have the willingness to do so, because we're having a cash crisis right now. Instead, he says they made POS kiosks the new cash cow. What do you think? Are the banks playing fair, or is this all part of a bigger scheme? Bigger scheme in what sense? Is it a way of frustrating the average common man? Your guess is as good as mine. Interestingly, POS terminals have surged by over 22% in just 7 months, with over 26 million terminals now active across Nigeria. This shows that more Nigerians are embracing digital payments, but it also highlights how integral POS services have become to our financial system. But mind you, it must be handled appropriately. So, where do we go from here? I will ask you. The CBN is determined to enforce its cashless policy. But the question remains, will this make life better or harder for everyday Nigerians? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you are that, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so you never miss out on updates like this. Thanks a lot for joining me once again on another super duper edition of Time Out with Yomi Martins. Until next time, stay safe and don't do what I won't do, like I always tell you. Bye for now. Catch you on the other side. Take care.